What's up, guys? So I just want to make a quick video. It is spring and I want to talk about my 5 favorite running accessories I've been using for this training block. So I'm just going to get right to it. It's the Garmin Forerunner 965. I know there's a lot of different brands. Coros is one of them, watches, running watches. Apple's got their own. I've always stuck with Garmin because it was basically the first watch I started with. Years ago, before I got into marathon distance, I started with the Garmin Forerunner 55. It was a great watch. I loved it. I used it every single day. Got a bright face watch. This one has touchscreen. There's a lot of them that doesn't have touchscreens. You can delete this option if you like, but me personally, I don't mind it. So very, very nice. The screen is very bright, clear. I started with the Garmin Forerunner 55. I loved it. The only thing, once I increased my mileage and I was using GPS a lot more every day, it was draining the battery a lot. And I eventually upgraded to the Forerunner 255S a few years ago. And I loved that one even more, but then I eventually increased my mileage and usage a lot more, and then about a year ago I upgraded to the 965 and I love this thing. I can go easily a whole week without charging it. It calculates your sleep, HRV, your stress levels. I love this thing so much. There's even activities such as elliptical, walking obviously, strength training, yoga, mobility. There's even activities I wouldn't even think about, motocross, ATV. There's even auto racing. I actually went to Go-Kart Racing League a few months ago and I recorded with it, and it's there's a lot of things on here I still don't know about. And if you're like a huge stat nerds guy, you want to check like your Strava, your Garmin stats after a workout or a run, you're gonna get everything with this. So Garmin has always worked out well for me. I'm probably going to stick with it for the next, how long I'm around. Another thing I've been using lately is, I only use these for long runs. It's this Amperpod 32-ounce water handheld bottle. I hate carrying things on long runs, but if I'm using this doesn't bother me at all. You can just simply slide your hand right underneath this grip here. It doesn't bounce around, move around. When I'm running, I'm in the middle of my run, usually when things starts to get fatigued a little bit, this doesn't bother me at all. It doesn't move around, simply just drink it out. You can have up to, I think the most I ever carried is 4 gels in here. It looks like I didn't take a gel yesterday during my long run. You can have some cards or your keys in here as well. Very simple, doesn't leak. I will say, if you live in the northern part or northeast of the country in the US, if you're in cold environments in the winter, make sure you put salt in here because it's gonna freeze. So just a heads up on that. But other than that, I love this thing, doesn't bother me. Yeah, that's my second thing I use pretty much. I will say I will use this at times if I'm using speed workouts. Like if I'm going over an hour doing intervals or tempo speed workouts, I'll use this. But if I'm going like a easy run, like 6 to 8 miles, I won't use it. But if I'm going longer than 10, then I'll carry this just in case, just to stay fueling and keep the hydration up. And I've been using this every single run, is the Amperpod. I'm not sponsored by Amperpod, by the way. I like their stuff. Amperpod reflective pocket vest. I use this every single day. I always carry my phone with me. I carry my phone on all my runs just because of safety reasons. I go early in the morning before the sunrise, and I bought this about a few weeks after I ran Detroit last year, and you can just clip around you. So you got your 2 clips around you. Put it right underneath here. Firmly stays attached to you, doesn't bounce, doesn't slide all over the place. I'm on my middle of my runs. I can take my phone out, clip, start recording, put it back in, good to go. Doesn't bounce, move around the place. I forget I even have this on. I love this thing so much. If you're looking for like a phone holder or even want to get away from the waist belts, look no further than this. This thing is worth every penny. Another thing, and I kind of talked about this last fall when things starts to get a little bit darker later or earlier and stay darker early in the morning, but I still use this every day. If you're a night runner or early morning runner like I am and it's still dark out, BioLite headlamp. This is the, I want to say, excuse me. Okay, it's a 330 lumens. So this thing is bright as can get. Very comfortable to have on. Put it around you. You got your headlamp facing up front. You can pull the how tight and firm you want it in the back. You got 4 different modes. You got flash, red light. You got the side light. You got this side light. I think one of them uses less battery than the other. If you want to use both, there you go. It's bright. This thing I love. I use it every day, and safety first. So it's very comfortable. Like I had some headlamps in the past that are not comfortable at all. Usually I'll leave like a big forehead mark on my head, like Peyton Manning when he played in the NFL. Shout out to Peyton Manning. And that thing I forget I even have on. I love that thing so much. So if you're looking for more reflective, see more your surroundings, I would recommend the BioLite. There's 3 different lumens. There's I think the 200 or something like that. There's the 330 which I have, and there's another higher one. I don't remember the exact, but it was about $100. And then finally, this isn't more. It's more of like a enhancing tool in a way. So last couple weeks I've been dealing with some nagging aches and pain as far as runner's knee, and then recently I just suffered a slight IT band, but it's not enough to keep me sidelined. I'm just kind of adjusting my workouts, my mileage, my intensity. So what I've been using is the Curex medium profile insoles. I've used this in the past many years ago, but I eventually went away with them because I felt like I didn't need them. But then once I started having those aches and pain, I went back to using them, and it made a difference. And I think going forward, I'm going to continue using these. What I like about this is that it's not like your typical custom orthotic where it's like rock, rigid, hard plastic. It's none of that. This is more of like a performance enhancing tool in a way. What I can best describe is that it reduces the stress, reduces the workload on bottom of your feet, and it works its way up to the upper part of the body. So there's 3 different profiles. I use the medium profile because I have more of a medium higher arch, but I like the medium since it doesn't feel as much. You got that 0 drop, so feel natural shoe. The only thing it's going to be filling up is just the empty gap space you have in that arch. You have a 3D heel cup that keeps kind of everything in place while still maintains some flexibility, cushioning at the toe. And you got this blue cushioning here, just absorbing that impact. So towards the end of your run, when things get tired, you start fatiguing, it keeps you going longer and stronger. So I think I'm gonna go back to using these more. There's 3 different profiles. There's a red color one, it's for lower arches, flat feet. Yellow for medium arches, which I use, and there's a higher arch one, which is the blue color, which I've used in the past. I might try that going forward if things don't improve, but again, I'm more comfortable using this. So if you have high arches or you're dealing with some ankle pain, runner's knee, slight overpronation, this thing is a game changer. So I would recommend taking out the original liners out before any shoe you run in. Then once you take that out, slide them in, good to go. So yeah, those are my 5 favorite running accessories that I use pretty much on a daily basis. What are your favorite running accessories? Let me know down in the comments, and I will catch you guys on the next one.